We just gotta thank God on this one, guys. Trump dodged a huge bullet. He's moving the inauguration for one reason. Check this video out. Before that, I need you guys to hit the subscribe button. Check out his channel in the description. Let's get right to it.
Let's do it.
Breaking news just moments ago, a source confirming to Fox News that President-elect Trump and Vice President-elect J.D. Vance will be sworn in indoors at Monday's inauguration. I believe this is only the second time this has happened. The last time it happened was 1985 with none other than Ronald Reagan. There are dangerously cold temperatures that are moving into the region, and it will be the coldest inauguration in 40 years. Hello, everyone. This is Outnumbered. I'm Kayleigh McEnany here with my co-host, Emily Campagno. Also joining us, Lisa Booth, Fox News contributor.
Real quick, guys, before we dive into this video, this is a move by God,
Exactly.
Everything that's been going on, that these Democrats don't want this man in office, and they're willing to go to extreme measures to make sure he doesn't get in office, I'm glad it's going to be indoors, and I think the college football national championship game should be canceled. Everybody should have a day off of work to witness history once again.
Facts.
It was 1985 the last time this was indoors.
Ronald Reagan.
So, they're going to be way more comfortable. Yeah, you're going to be way more comfortable, to do their speeches, accept the ceremony, and just have a good time, Make sure you guys are tuning into our live stream that we're going to do the day of.
It's going to be a party.
So you guys got to check this one out. Let's keep going, man.
Kayleigh McGee-White, editor-in-chief of Independent Women's Forum, and Todd Pyro, Fox and Friends First co-host. Well, senior White House correspondent Peter Doocy is live from the South Lawn with this pretty big news this hour. It's cold there. I see you in a jacket, about to get colder, and inauguration indoors, Peter.
Yes, it is cold here, but just know that when you see the White House position, we do have a space heater right here. So it's never too cold here. However, way too cold for everybody that is going to be attending the inauguration on Monday. I'm just off the phone with somebody who works for the president-elect, a source familiar, who confirms that the swearing in and the inaugural address will happen inside the U.S. Capitol Dome. And then President-elect Trump is confirming on Truth Social that everything else is going to move into Capital One Arena. We knew that on Sunday there was going to be a Capital One Arena rally with J.D. Vance speaking, Donald Trump speaking, the Village People and Kid Rock were going to perform. Now that is going to be a viewing party for a lot of the folks that are in town, but that seats about 20,000 or fewer of the attendees. That is a much smaller crowd than they would be expecting on the entire National Mall, and so we're not sure what exactly the plan is for overflow in this dangerous cold. President Trump is saying on Truth Social, though, that it is important that everyone will be safe, everyone will be happy, and we will together make America great again.
So there's a reason why, guys, he didn't say everyone will be warm. This has nothing to do with temperature.
That part.
This is strictly safety. That's exactly why I know why you guys clicked this video. That's exactly what I want to tell you guys. This has nothing to do with the weather at all. This is strictly safety
even
and God pointing him in the right direction.
He added on Truth Social that it's dangerous conditions for the tens of thousands of law enforcement, first responders, police canines, and even horses. Dangerous because they did not want this man taking this position.
Yeah, and this is something that's gonna be big, guys.
Need to be indoors so they can keep their eyes on it, keep a close watch on it.
Exactly. Let's keep going, man.
That happens as the current president, Joe Biden, is giving us some good breadcrumbs about what exactly it is he plans to write on his farewell note to Donald Trump, the one that he will leave in the Resolute desk drawer.
I really am concerned about how fragile democracy is. That sounds corny, but I mean, I really am concerned because you've heard me say it 100 times. I really think we're at an inflection point in history here.
President Biden revealed last night he and Trump have not been speaking about the hostage deal, even though their teams have been projecting a united front in negotiations publicly. And just because the Biden legacy may wind up being that he was the guy sandwiched between Trump terms, he is insisting he does not have any ill will.
I'm so proud of how much we've accomplished together for the American people. And I wish the incoming administration success because I want America to succeed. That's why I've held my duty to ensure a peaceful and orderly transition of power, to ensure we lead by the power of our example.
NBC has a widely circulated item this afternoon that says the West Wing feels like a morgue right now. I've spent some time in the West Wing today. I would say it's less like a morgue and more like the last day of school. There are a lot of people standing around, turning off their phones, unplugging their computers, and heading out at the end of the term. Kaylee?
Yeah, it's a tough time. That space heater, I remember it, Peter. It is very warm. So stay warm there by the space heater. And thanks for those details.
We'll be okay. Yeah.
You'll be okay. All right, well, this just in. On Truth Social, President Trump has confirmed some new details. So listen to this. January 20th cannot come fast enough. Everybody, even those that have initially, one moment, it just dropped from our prompter here. Donald J. Trump and the administration just want it to happen. It is my obligation to protect the people of our country. But before we even begin, we have to think of the inauguration itself, the weather forecast for D.C., the wind chill factor could take temperatures into record lows. There's an Arctic blast sweeping the country. He goes on to say, I have ordered the inaugural address, in addition to prayers and other speeches, to be delivered in the United States Capitol Rotunda, as was used by Ronald Reagan in 1985, also because of very cold weather. And he goes on to confirm what Peter Doocy just reported, that we will open Capital One Arena on Monday for live viewing of this historic event and to host the presidential parade. I will join the crowd at Capital One after my swearing in. It's a long Truth Social. Those are some of the details, Emily. And as we look at this, this has happened twice from what I've researched, 1909 with Howard Taft and then 1985 with Ronald Reagan. And what's interesting to me is the Ronald Reagan comparison, because not only is the inauguration indoors, you have the hostage release, really right before Trump comes in. You had the assassination attempt, Ronald Reagan as well. Trump is kind of a Reagan-esque president in more ways than one.
And I think that what...
And real quick to touch on that hostage situation, Trump put that in effect. He said everything's going to break loose if those people aren't free by the time I get in office.
That's right.
Next day they're free. The day after that, Biden's taking
taking credit
for it, and then doing his farewell. He wants to leave on a good note. But man, you screwed Americans for 4 straight years. You helped Obama get his 3rd term.
Right, he was in the cabinet.
He's
been in the cabinet since the Clinton office.
Yeah, so
behind the scenes messing up stuff.
Exactly, just behind the scenes causing havoc throughout America, letting all these illegals in here take money from American citizens, take our taxpayer dollars. For what, man? You're gonna have the worst U.S. president in history, man.
Going down in history as America's biggest beta.
Yeah, so come on. come on, man. Come on. Is that really what you're going to do, man? You got to look at this for what it is, man, and not for what you want it to be.
That's the Biden legacy.
Biden's a horrible, horrible person, man. We're going to watch a few more minutes of this and end it out, man.
This represents, too, is that you don't have to do something just because that's how it was always done. Here's a president that, to me, hallmarks his decision-making in the same way, which is, let me assess the current situation. Here are the factors. It's not tenable to be outside, so we're going to move it inside. I mean, we see this stuff often with other large events, and I think the reality is that the storied history of this and the solemnity and the iconography that we're all going to be watching and how important and crucial this event is, all of that remains the same. And now everyone's going to be a lot more comfortable. And we don't have to look at Bernie Sanders memes with his mittens on, right? The reality is we have here in New York, we're expecting temperatures colder than 2 years past, I believe, historically. So he's absolutely right to protect those.
I'm not going to lie to you guys. We're about to see history change right before your eyes. This right here is a move from God. Moving that indoors is one of the biggest things that I think they should have done. And let's just get ready to see change, Americans. And make sure you guys are hitting the like button and checking out my cousin's channel in the description. He has a lot of great content on there. Hey, we out.